Hello, everyone. This is Amit from InsureMO, and you're watching a tutorial series on DIPL multi-layered products. Before we begin, let's have a quick recap from session. In session 1, we had a brief introduction to DIPL multi-layer, and we've learned how to create product concepts and product elements. We've also seen how to use the tree view and other handy features within the tree view. Today, we will go a little bit deeper into creating your products and see how you can make the best use of the DIPL multi-layer features. First, let's start with modifying your product details. When it comes to modifying your product details, there are a few details you can define and modify. First is your key features. You can use your key features to highlight the main properties of your product. And then, if you have any sample apps that run based on your product structure, you can link them to your DIPL product. After that, if you want to define any custom properties or define any new custom properties for the elements in your product, you can do so. Let's have a quick look at these. In your My Product screen, click on Create New and create a new product. Fill out the details. And click on Save Program Details. Today, let's define a new custom element property. Sometimes your elements might require properties that do not contain in DIPL. For example, coverages may require coverage codes. So let's add a coverage code property under coverage. To do this, click on Define New Element Property and click on Coverage. And then fill out the details. Define your property type. This can be a text, drop-down, multi-select, date and time, and etc. For this scenario, let's just select text. And then click on Add Custom Property. Once completed, you can save your program details. After that, let's see this in action on a tree. To add a coverage, you must first add a risk. Then we can add a coverage under the risk. Over here, you can see your custom element property has been created. Now, let's see how we can make use of layers in DIPL. You can do various things when it comes to managing layers. First, you can create new layers on top of existing layers. And then you can assign various colors to your layers to differentiate between different layers. And then you can define any custom properties for your layers. And then later down the line, you can also mark layers as escalated. You can also have some element customizations within layers. First, you can inherit element from parent layer. You can make any changes to your parent layer elements. You can add new elements on top of inherited elements, and you can delete parent layer elements. This slide gives you a quick overview of what we just spoke about. Here you can see various customizations across layers. The current layer customizations would be defined by these icons. The parent layer customizations will be defined by the red icons. The base layer elements will always have the kind elements. Let's create an example product in DIPL multilayer to see these customizations. In this Excel sheet, you can see 3 products have been defined. Contractors all risk, contractors plant and machinery, construction all risk. You can see each product has 1 risk for property, and each risk has either 2 coverage groups or 1 coverage group. You can also add a few coverages under these coverage groups. What you can see here is that some coverage groups and some coverages are shared across these products. And this is the perfect opportunity to use DIPL multi-layer feature. So let's create this product. In the My Products page, click on Create New and fill out the details. And then click Save Program Details. Now, let's add the elements within this product. First, we can see there's a risk called property. Let's do that. Click on Save Changes. After that, we can see we have 2 coverage groups, material damage and third-party liability. So let's add these coverage groups. Now, let's add these coverages. We can make use of our bulk add feature here. Paste elements from clipboard and paste your coverages. Once completed, you can click on Done, and your coverages will be added for you. Let's add the rest of the coverages under third-party liability. Paste elements from clipboard and paste your coverages. Your first product has now been completed. This is your base layer, and let's create a new layer on top of this. To customize this layer, click on Manage Product Layer, and you can click on Edit Layer. You can either change the name of the layer, you can change the layer description, or you can change the layer color. You can also add custom fields to this layer. Let's add a custom field to this layer first. In this case, I'll add a region property to this layer and select the region. Now that this layer is managed, let's add our next product. Tractors, plant, and machinery. As this was your base layer, let's create a child layer under this layer. Click on this icon to add a new sublayer under this layer. Let's add a layer color to this layer. The new layer has now been created, and you can see the icons and the elements that has been inherited from the base layer. Now let's make the required changes for this layer. Over here, we can see that the coverage group material damage has been changed to property damage. So first, let's make that change. You can see that this element has now been customized by this layer. Next, you can see the second coverage has been deleted. So let's do that. Over here, you can see that the third coverage has its name changed. So let's do that. Finally, you can see a new coverage has been added here. So let's do that. Right-click on the coverage group, and click on Add Elements, and then Add New Coverage. The new coverage has been added for you. We can see that the third-party liability coverage group has been deleted. So let's do that. We can also see that the coverages under this coverage group has been deleted. This has already been taken care of here by the cascade functionality. We've now completed adding our second product. Now let's add our third product. What we want to do is, because this product is very similar to the second product, let's create the third product under the second layer. In this case, click on Manage Product Layers, and under the second layer, click on Add New Sublayer. Enter the layer name, which is Construction or Risk, and assign a new layer color to this. Then click on Save Layer. You can see that the third layer has been generated for you, and you can see the various changes between the elements and their layers. Over here, you can see that this element has been inherited from the base layer, and these elements has been changed by the parent layers. Now, let's make our required changes for this layer. So property damage has been changed back to material damage. Next, we can see that the deleted coverage has now been restored. So let's do that. So this was the deleted coverage, and to restore this, click on Edit, and click on Undo Delete. Finally, we can see that the fourth coverage has been removed. So let's delete that. We have now completed creating a third product. And we have done this through the multi-layer functionality. Let's see what's next for DIPL. Over the coming months, we will have some new functionalities in DIPL. First is our product catalog. Over here, you'll be able to view various products, and you can also publish products over here. Next is product inheritance. Just like creating new layers on top of layers, we can also inherit from other products and create new layers on top of them. Next is our SKU and plans. You can define a layer and set it as an SKU layer. On top of those SKU layers, you'll also be able to define any plans if needed. Finally is our high-frequency changes. You can view high-frequency change analytics between products and SKUs of your products. And then also, we'll have our change management and versioning. Here, you can draft your product, submit it for review, and then publish it. After that, you can also create new versions out of your products. Thank you for watching. This was session 2 of the DIPL multi-layer tutorial series.